Ahoy mateys, this is first Mate Slagkick from the BUOY.org video game podcast, your port of call for gaming news and views that maybe aren't on your radar, but most definitely should be. Today I'd like to follow up on my Final Fantasy XIV Blue Mage introduction video with a guide to getting the first few spells to help you on your way to level 50. A note before we get started, from what I've observed, the chance to learn a spell is random, and although I'm showing you the actions being learned, in some cases it took me a good 10 to 15 minutes before that actually happened. You also want to make sure, of course, that you've tagged the mob before it dies, and that it's used the spell that you're trying to obtain before it dies as well. Kind of goes without saying. Some of these spells appeared in my previous video, but I'm reviewing them here and discussing them in a little more detail for your information. And not every spell may be useful in battle situations, but I also want to point out that at 5, 10, and 20 spells learned, you can get what are called Walki Totems. I don't really know how to say it, but whatever. These will grant you additional spells, so it's in your best interest to learn as many actions as possible, even if you don't plan to use them as part of your regular Blue Mage rotation. So one of the first spells you can get is Bomb Toss. The goblins in Middle Lenosha, south of Summerford Farms, will help you learn this spell by dying to your magic. So Bomb Toss is an AoE, it has a potency of 110, and stuns all enemies in the targeted area for 3 seconds. So this seems like a pretty nice spell to have from what I've seen so far, and it's fairly easy to get, so you'll definitely want to prioritize that. Next, you can head over to Central Thanalan, to the Rat's Nest, which is west of Blackbrush Station. And this is where you can get the move Phase. This seems to be a signature move for the Kikirn, or however you say their name. And these little Kikirn's Shell Sweepers are the lowest level ones that you can find. And Phase stuns all enemies in a cone before you, so pretty cool. And also from my other video, Blood Drain is required for the level 10 job quest, so you'll want to get this early on as well. And I got these from Cave Bats in the Blood Iron Mines in Lower Lenosha, but I also found that you can get them from Chigos in the Central Shroud as well. So it only has a potency of 20, so it's not that powerful, but it also restores MP, so take that as you will, it might be useful for you. And then Acorn Bomb is a move that you learn from tree ant saplings, and I unfortunately didn't get footage of me actually learning the spell because it took forever, and then I didn't have my capturing on, so sorry about that. But the best place to get this move is in Tree Speak in North Shroud, or the Jadeite Thick in Central Shroud. And Acorn Bomb puts the target and all the nearby targets to sleep, which that can really help if you're being attacked by a large group of mobs, or you just want to put things to sleep. Pretty helpful from what I've seen so far. Ice Spike, also from my other video, is learned from the Trickster Imps in Spirit Hold, which is in the Central Shroud. And this move counters enemies with 25 ice damage when they hit you with a physical attack, and gives them a 50% chance of getting slow. So that's a pretty nice buff to have up, and especially if you're being surrounded by lots of mobs. Final Sting, which you probably remember from my other video as well, is learned from the Killer Wesps in Middle Lenosha. And this is sort of a last resort move, of course, because while it does have a potency of 1500, it also kills you. Oops. Now, Sticky Tongue is a really great utility move. You get it from Toxic Toads in Central Thanalan, and it will stun the target for 4 seconds, but also pull the target towards you. So if you've played World of Warcraft, it's kind of like the Death Knight's Death Grip in a way, and it's super annoying when the toads are using it on you, so it's a nice way to exact some revenge, and definitely nice to have in your spellbook. Now, you'll also want to pick up Selfdestruct, and while you can guess by the name, it will kill you. It has a potency of 900, doing fire damage to all nearby enemies. So, again, maybe its use in battle is very limited and somewhat of a last resort, but it will count towards that total number of spells to get those Walki Totems. So, the best place to get this is from Glide Bombs right outside of the Copperbell Mines, which is in Western Thanalan. So, you, again, probably want to consider how much you want to use it in battle, but like I said, it still counts towards that total number of Blue Mage spells. And that brings us to the Walki Totems. So once you have a total of 5 spells, and then 10 spells learned, you should go to Ul'dah and talk to these lizards, which I choose to believe are Martine's boyfriends, and they will give you these Walki Totems. So Off Guard is a very nice 30-second debuff, and you get it once you've learned 5 spells. This will increase damage you deal to the target by 50%. So this seems like a must-have regardless of whatever spell rotation you have in mind. And then at 10 spells, you'll actually get 2 totems, One is for Mighty Guard, which seems to be somewhat of a tanking stance, and one for White Wind, which heals yourself and those around you. Both of these seem like pretty nice utility moves to have, though I haven't had the chance to put them into practice yet. So with this arsenal of spells, you'll be ready to head to the Tower Deepcroft and start learning some more spells up into your 20s, including the infamous 1000 Needles, or you could just get a friend to help you, but that's your choice. I hope you found this guide helpful as you start your journey as a Blue Mage, and I'd love to hear what you think of these spells. Which ones are an essential part of your Blue Mage toolkit? Let me know in the comments below. As they say, like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!